Social media is a mentally really hard job. But Alisa, there are so many other professions out there that are way harder than just posting selfies online and getting paid for it. And you're right, but to some extent. And in this video, I want to uncover the less glamorous side of social media, because it is only fair if you want to start your social media journey to tell you about this. And if you are already on it, then you will just feel that you're not alone. And this is super important for me, because when I started out, I didn't have anyone to tell me about these sort of things. So take your water, take your drink, or whatever it is, and let's start. I have recently counted that it has been already 7 years since I've opened my first Instagram account in 2017. And back then, I really wanted to be famous. I wanted to be like other bloggers who have a lot of cool brand partnerships, who make money with social media, who fly to different locations. And even back then, it was already a thing. I mean, right now it is even more like out there. You see more of this like influencer trips whatsoever. And of course, it makes a lot of people want to live this kind of lifestyle. But here is where the first point already comes into play. Since this 7 years, I didn't grow much in terms of like the, I don't know, the most popular metrics like following. So right now on all of my accounts, which are Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and how is it called? And LinkedIn, I have around 5,000 followers. And you will tell me, Alisa, how can you teach us something about social media if you don't have followers? And this is something that I constantly keep asking myself, because we live in a society that measures everything by some kind of a metrics. And in the case of social media, people usually use the followers amount or the amount of likes or the reach to measure the success of a person. Where in the reality, what I actually measure as a success is how many clients I have, whether I get new people who want to buy my products, who watch my videos, how loyal they are. Like, did I build a loyal community who actually cares about me, or did I not? I must say that it is very devastating sometimes to look at the numbers and to see that you are not growing. And I've been like on this plateau for the last 2 years, I would say. And it is like really hard, because when you're a blogger, when you put out a lot of content, then you also expect like something in return, in the sense of that you will get more reach, that at some point you will finally correct this like plateau. But it didn't happen for me, and I found my peace with it. So now it's way easier for me to accept the state of affairs. But I know that for a lot of people it has been actually the reason why they quitted social media, because they couldn't like see the results that they wished for. Another thing came into my mind during the vacation last week, and it all started when at the first day when I arrived on my vacation. It was in Turkey. Unfortunately, I didn't film a vlog because I completely forgot about it, but you can go to my Instagram and see a lot of like stories, videos from the vacation, because it was amazing. At the first day, I decided to make a content plan. I always make a content plan at the beginning of a new week. And I have written how I will post on all of my like 8 channels. Didn't keep up with it at all. Like, I was struggling. I was on the second day, I was like, Alisa, you really need to start posting. But the only thing that really brought me joy at the time was posting stories, because it's like the easiest thing you can do. And I had a lot of photos and videos, of course, that I wanted to show, but I didn't want to spend time preparing like posts, editing my content too much. Yeah, and this is something that happens in the blogger space a lot. You need to be online like all the time, or at least you feel that you need to be online all the time. You need to be present. You need to show up with really high quality content again, because if you post something that is not like relevant, that is not interesting, then people will also not watch it, and no one cares whether you're on vacation or not. Like this month in June, I had 2 brand partnerships which I needed to talk about on my Instagram, and this is actually the only type of content I did post back in on vacation, because I had like some deadlines that I needed to meet. But besides that, I was completely off radar, and this is super unusual for me. And I felt, I felt like I'm missing out something. I felt like when I go back, then people won't care about me. And this is also like some kind of a mental thing that you will constantly have if you want to be a blogger, an influencer, or if you want to be like really active on social media. Finally, I have already made a whole video on the topic of a burnout, but to remember you quickly, a burnout basically comes when your expectations do not meet the reality. When you start acting upon something, you put a lot of effort into it, but then you do not see the result that you are expecting, or it is not satisfying enough. And then you get like this burnout. And in my social media career, I already experienced like a lot of burnouts, and the biggest one was last year in October, where I wanted to quit social media completely. I couldn't find any reason as to why I should continue doing it. Definitely check out my video, because I also told you about some tools that helped me to get out of it. I also have some book recommendations there. This point basically kind of interlines with the first 2 points that I talked about. The first place, the burnout happened because I didn't reach like these goals of amounts of followers and likes and reach that I set myself in the first place. Before I decided that won't bring me much if I'm not like selling this stuff to people, even if like 1 million people will follow me, but no one will care about my products. So this was the first ingredient. And the second one was basically that I felt that I always need to be present, that I can't take a day off, that I can't take vacation, because otherwise people will forget about me. And so when you combine like this one ingredient and the second one together, then of course it's very obvious how and why you will get a burnout there. And again, it is super, super usual in social media. I have a lot of friends who are bloggers, who own their businesses and who are posting on social media, who also experienced burnouts and needed to rebrand themselves, needed to rethink their social media strategy, needed to kind of talk a lot about that in order to understand what they should do next. And some of them decided to, basically quit social media because it was not really good for their mental well-being. So that were my 3 reasons as to why social media is actually a mentally really hard job. And with this video, again, I just wanted to give you the feeling, firstly, that you're not alone. If you experience some of these feelings, then it's absolutely normal, and everyone who is active on social media at some point will also experience or have already also experienced it. And if you are still thinking about going to social media, it is not an easy job, and it is not as glamorous and perfect as people picture it when they just, I don't know, go on trips and make money somehow. It is a really hard work, so you just need to be prepared for it. But on the more positive note, this experience that I've told you about helped me to master the art of making content, the social media basically, because I started again to set the goals that truly matter for me, like building an extra source of income, like becoming my own boss and having the flexibility of going to a coffee shop and working there, building my personal brand and having partnerships, so I'm an ambassador of some brands. And this is exactly what I will teach you in my upcoming live course, Zero to Hero, the art of content creation. Because content creation is the basis of social media. Doesn't matter in which direction you will go, you will need to create captivating content that brings you some kind of action that you want. And this course is going to be live, which means that we will have Zoom meetings and in a very small circle, like only 10 people, because I really want to give you all of my attention to have the time to answer the questions. And this course is going to be launched in the beginning of July. But before that, I also prepared a really nice goodie for you, which is a free 15 minutes call with me where you can ask anything around social media, content creation, personal branding, monetization, working with brands, basically everything you want to know. This is gonna be an opportunity for you till Sunday, till 30th of June, because afterwards I will launch my waitlist. And if you have used this opportunity to get on a call with me, then you will also get additional benefits than when I will launch my waitlist. So definitely do not miss it out. The link is gonna be in the description. And yeah, that was for today's video. Share this video with someone who will find it helpful, who maybe right now is struggling with some of the things I've talked about. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to follow my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.